Hello, movie fans. I know it's been a long, long time since I was able to bring you a video. I've just been crazy, crazy busy with work. So sorry for that. To all the new subscribers, and you've been asking for a new video, well, here it is. So today I want to bring you a two for one kind of thing. Um, First issue I want to bring or talk about, it's the new Ghostbusters film. I even busted out my already GB2 shirt. And for every ghost head out there suffering, I feel you. Now, let's just be honest. Um, One of the first videos I did was on this reboot or remake of a beloved franchise. And well, back then I spoke about how I was against it, mainly because um, I felt that it was disrespectful to a successful franchise, a movie that is loved around the world by millions of people because it is such a good film. It is a classic, and I'm against remaking classics because if they're good, they're good. It doesn't matter when they were made. They were good. If anything, they should just replay them, re-air them, re-release them in theaters and high def and whatever, but not remake them. So right there, that was my issue with this whole new Ghostbusters film. I wanted a straight up sequel. I wanted to see what happened years after the original crew got together, um, see how they were gonna play with the new audiences, and maybe some of the history of behind what happened to Ghostbusters. Uh, I wanted to see, especially after Harold Ramis passed away, to see if they would somehow incorporate. But no, it's never gonna happen. They went with a screw the franchise. We know what we're doing. No, you're not. So they're making the new film. I was very skeptical, and but I said, all right. As a film buff, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna see if as a movie stands on its own. First trailer hits. Oh my! Every fear, every ghost head around the world had is coming true in this one trailer. It's horrible. And I'm not talking about the visuals because like some of the young kids today were saying like, but it looks so good, the effects are great, and it looks really funny. I weep for this generation. Why? Just because something has quote unquote good visuals, good special effects, doesn't make it a good film. I'm talking about the story, I'm talking about the tone, I'm talking about the comedy. One of the reasons that the original Ghostbusters was so successful was because of the smart writing, the witty comedy that was comedy on so many levels. There was the an aspect of slapstick, but they didn't abuse it. And then it was like really smart comedy, things that make you think about like, what did you say? I actually had to go and look up epididymis, however you say it. Uh, now that I think about it, it's really, really funny. Um, the characters were so well constructed and the chemistry was so good that even with some of the now kind of dated effects, especially when it comes to the ghosts, because you can totally tell they were puppets, uh, it was still scary and it was still so funny at the same time. This new one, they're going for the stupidest, cheapest kind of comedy there is. Um, I don't even want to remember some of the jokes they wanted to put in the trailer. And number two is not even being original. The very first shot, the very first scene that they choose to show in the trailer is a ripoff from the Library Ghost in the original Ghostbusters. Uh, in the original one, it made sense that they ended up with this busted, beat up old Ambo hearse, and they turned it into the Ecto one, and it's so iconic. And this one is just like, I got us a hearse. Why? Just because. It's gotta be kind of like the old one, and the comedy is not landing. It's dumb comedies, cheap comedy, appealing to stupid audiences who are gonna just they assume they're just gonna eat up whatever they feed them, and that's sad. So Notice that I have not talked about how the cast is all female because that's not the issue. I'm a bit of a filmmaker myself, amateur, I'll give you that. But even if someone came and said, listen, we want to do a Ghostbusters sequel and it's all girls, we want you to direct. Awesome! I would know what I want to do. Um, so it's not the fact that it's girls, it's the fact that they're so horribly destroying the franchise. The movie looks like it's just a ripoff, just a rehash, nothing original. Even if the special effects look good, the chemistry between the actresses is not there. Um, it's just horrible on so many levels, and I'm so upset they're even going ahead and remaking this. I don't get why Ivan Reitman is on board as a producer, and I guess you gotta pay bills. I gotta pay bills too, and that makes me go to a job where I don't always want to be. Um, it's not that it's a bad job, it's just that I'd rather be making movies. Um, so that's how I'm feeling about the new Ghostbusters trailer. I really don't know what else to say other than it just it blows, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just really, really, really terrible. Um, Maybe the movie turns out to be actually really funny. Who knows? I'm not planning on go seeing it, but I just wanted to address that real quick because it's been a while since I wanted to do that. I wanted to do a reaction video, but I saw it, I reacted, and now I can just leave you with my thoughts. All right, so who you gonna call? Not the new GBs. Oh no, we won't. All right. Second thing I want to talk about is the Captain America Civil War trailer featuring Spidey. Now, who you gonna call? I'd rather call Spidey. Spider-Man is in the new movie. Was the trailer awesome? It wasn't bad. It was alright. It was good. It was entertaining. I actually enjoyed the first one a lot more. And even though we knew Spider-Man was going to be in it, it was really cool to see him finally in the trailer and, geek out and like, Spider-Man's back. But I think they could have had a bit of showmanship. And wait, if I had been cutting the trailer, I would have edited with the web coming down, getting Cap's shield, Captain America with his hands bound with a web, and then I would have just sat the camera on top of the car and just see the 2 feet land and the side of the shield, just enough for us to see the red on the boots, and that's it. And we would have been like, oh, he's in the movie! What's he gonna look like? Now that his face is being revealed and we know that they're animating the eyes, which I actually think looks good, um, a lot of people are being distracted by like, oh, I don't like the suit. Why are they animating the eyes? The suit looks great. No, it doesn't. It's 260s. I think it's great that it looks vintage. Now the discussion has moved from will this movie be good? The plot. What are they? What's the message in the story? What's the tone of the film? No, we're all just talking about Spider-Man. All right, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that I think they could have done a lot more with the trailer. Um, so am I excited that Spider-Man's gonna be in it? Yes, I am. Uh, am I happy they showed him? I think I could have waited. I think it would have been a lot more fun to wait a little. But I think studios today feel that if they don't show you everything, people are not gonna show up. It's Captain America. It's Iron Man. It's Spider-Man. We are gonna go see it. Don't worry about that. All right, we're gonna go see it. And well, I guess now that I'm into this conversation, I said it was going to be a 2-for-1. Um, Now I'm thinking maybe it's a 3-for-1 kind of deal because I want to kind of address that Batman v Superman is coming to a theater near you just in a few days. I'm gonna bring you my review on Friday. I'm catching it on Thursday, so I want to have a review ready for Friday. All right. So that being said, I am still not agreeing to the whole idea that heroes have to fight Sorry about that. Um, if you, a lot of the I work in a school and a lot of the kids ask me like, teacher, so what are you, Team Cap or Team Iron Man? And I gotta say like, no team, but if I have to pick sides, I'll go Team Captain America. And they're like, oh, why, boo. And that tells me a lot about the mindset of the new generations and what they consider to be cool. He's not someone that is, truthful, righteous, humble. No, their idea of cool is someone that it's flamboyant and out there, living a life of excess, with a bit of a mouth. Um, so I don't like that. Um, I understand why they are trying to make it a conflict, but just as a screenwriter, I feel there is a lack of enough foundation in the plot itself. Like they've been building up in the movies for this to take place, but why wouldn't Tony Stark just say, listen, I had a vision and we're responsible for pretty much the obliteration of the human race. So I do believe that we do need to be checked upon. And Cap would be like, all right, so what did you see? Is there something that we can do? Crisis averted. Instead of, no, I'm against you and you're against me, and that's the way it is. Makes no sense. Batman v Superman. This is a video that could take forever. I'm not gonna go into the whys or why nots of who would beat who and why, because I'm Team World's Finest. My boys and everyone that knows me knows that I love Superman. He's my favorite hero. He's the first. He's the best. But that doesn't mean I hate other superheroes, that I don't like other superheroes. He's just my number one guy. As you can see in the background there. Um, Batman is my number two guy. And I love Wonder Woman. And I love Flash. And I love Spider-Man. He's my number one guy in Marvel. So I do like the superhero genre. And I still don't understand why people. When did this become a popularity contest where one has to beat up the other one? Why does Batman need to beat up Superman? Why? And why would Superman have to beat up Batman? Like why? He wouldn't. So but I'm gonna go see the film. Early buzz says that it's really good, but what's good for some may not necessarily be good for me. And um, a lot of people loved Man of Steel. I didn't. I thought it was a nice homage to Superman. The imagery was really, really good. Um, every time Superman was on screen doing his Superman thing, it looked really cool. The score was great, but as a story, as a character, the casting, mm-mm. So I really don't know what to expect from this film. And just the premise that this is gonna go to blows, and even some of the trailers, I'm already like, it's gonna be one of those films. Like, all right, but we'll see how it goes. So there you have it, folks. 2 thumbs down for the new Ghostbusters reboot as far as the trailer goes. I would say thumb up for Captain America Civil War. And I would say it's a thumb up and a thumb down for Batman v Superman because I still haven't seen it. And personally, I just don't agree with what's going on. So, what do you think, guys? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you at the movies and stay tuned for the next video.